Alright, makeup geeks, I am going to show you guys how to take your MAC eyeshadow pots and turn them into the little refill eyeshadows, so that way you can put them in a palette like this and have all of your eyeshadow colors in one spot. For me, I like having it like this just because it's easy to see and access them. So what you need is a flat iron, some wax paper or parchment paper, a small paring knife, magnetic roll, something that kind of has a wide width, or you can have magnetic paper. You need a 1-inch round hole punch. You can get this at Michael's or any craft store. And some 3/4 inch labels. These are number 5408 from Avery. So let's get started on depotting our MAC eyeshadows. So your first step is to take your MAC eyeshadow, and you're going to take your small paring knife. Now be careful with this knife. I don't want to get any hate email from you guys saying you chopped off a finger, but take your knife and you're going to slip it here under the plastic. You see that ridge there? You're going to slip the knife in there and pop that little pan out. Then take your little pot here and your flat iron. Now it doesn't matter really what the setting is at. I have mine set at 370, which is pretty high. If you have it that high, you're going to leave the eyeshadow on it just very, very little amount of time. That way it doesn't burn or melt to the flat iron. But if you have one that doesn't get that hot, just stay by, keep checking it, and I'll show you here in a second. But take your flat iron and a small piece of parchment paper or wax paper. You're going to put this right onto the flat iron. Just put your eyeshadow on top. Now what you're going to do is just let this sit here for a little bit. You have to just keep checking it to see if it melts a little bit on the bottom. And you can tell because the middle part will be melted just a little bit and it'll be soft. So my eyeshadow's been sitting on here for probably about 30 seconds or so, just because mine's really hot. But again, you just have to keep checking it depending on how hot your flat iron gets. But the way that you can tell if it's ready, do you see how the center part of this is kind of melted in the center? It looks like it's a little deformed right there, and when you touch it, it's kind of soft. You're going to take your paring knife again and stick it right in the middle of that eyeshadow. Twist your knife just to pop that pan out, and it should, if it's ready, pop right out, and then you just place it back on your wax paper on a table and let it cool a bit before you touch it. Once it's cool, then you're going to take your magnetic roll or your paper. I'm going to use the roll just because it's a little bit thicker, and I got this at Michael's. I tried the magnetic sheet, but you see how thin it is? It just wasn't that magnetic. So I went back and got this roll, and it works a little bit better, but it is a little thick. So you're going to take your 1-inch round punch and just punch through this magnetic paper right here, so kind of eye it. And it's going to be a tight squeeze because this magnetic roll is pretty much 1 inch, so it's going to be cut on the edges. So anyways, cut your circle out of that. It's going to be a little tough because it's thick. Then take your magnet and peel off the back of the paper, and you're going to place this on the back of your MAC eyeshadow pan. So just place it on there and press it really tight. And if you want, you could just leave it at that, but I want to label this just so I know what eyeshadow it is. So I'm going to take my Avery labels, and these are 3/4 round labels. You want it to be smaller than 1 inch, so that way it doesn't completely cover up the magnet because you want the magnet to stick. So you take your Avery label, and you can write your color name, or you can run these through the printer. I have issues with my printer right now, but you can write your name of the eyeshadow on there, and then just take your sticker like this and place it on the back of your magnet, and it has your name on it, and that's pretty much it. Then you can take your eyeshadow and your palette and just slip it in there, and it should stick right there in your palette. So I hope that was helpful for you guys on how to get your MAC eyeshadows depotted, and don't forget, you guys, to save these cases. Take them into MAC. For every 6 cases that you bring into them, you get a free lipstick, lip gloss, or they may still let you do eyeshadows, I'm not sure, but save them, turn them in, and you can get some free products with that. So go to makeupgeek.com. I'll have pictures of all my MAC eyeshadows, how I organize them, my favorite ones. I have tons of articles on eyeshadows for you guys, so check it out. And as always, be happy and healthy, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.